arranging it alone is examining two different repayment options. Bank A will charge a monthly interest rate of 0.35%. Find corrected three significant figures, the annual percentage equivalent to this. So remember what this does. Oh, okay. Bank A will charge them in a monthly interest rate of 0.35%. Find corrected three significant figures, the annual percentage rate, APR that is equivalent to a monthly interest rate of 0.35. So we're ready? Okay, so what we're going to do first is if this was 1%, not 0.35, but 1%, I'd multiply by 1.01, wouldn't I? To increase it by 1%. So every month, your amount is getting increased by 0.0035. That's 0%, and then that'd be the 0.35. Got that, all right? Now, what happens next is they're trying to find the APR, which is the yearly rate. Yeah? And what I have here is the monthly rate. So the monthly rate to the power of 12 is the same as the yearly rate. So I go 1.0035 to the power of 12. Okay? And that equals 1.0428. Corrected 3 decimal places. So I only have 4.28 at the moment. I need 4.282. So does everybody see my answer for that? Would be 4.282%. Now, for those of you unsure about how this actually works, I could do the following. Imagine I invested, for argument's sake, €1,000. Okay, and each month I increase it by 0.35%. Okay, so look at this. You get €1,000 and you multiply it by 1.0035. And at the end of 1 month, you'd have this much money. And then I do it again. And that's at the end of 2 months, you have this much money. 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, 12 months. Does everybody see that? Now imagine I just do it directly. Instead of doing it monthly, I just do it by a year once. So what I could do there is I could just multiply by this number instead. And you see that you'd actually get roughly the same answer, wouldn't you? €1,042 and 82 cents. That's how you know you're right. You just make up a number at the end and compare both answers, and you can check your result quite quickly. Now it does ask us, we did give the answer already, didn't we? 4.282%. Okay, grand. Bank B will charge them the equivalent of 4.5%. Find correct the three significant figures to monthly interest. So this is the opposite question. This is a question where you're given 1.045, and that's the yearly rate, but you have to change it into the monthly. Monthly rate will be, you multiply it by a certain number 12 times, and that will equal the yearly rate. So you 12th root it. 12th root 1.045. And what do we get? And we get 1.00367. 0.367. I might go a bit further because I think it wants three significant figures. 3675, we'll call it. What are significant figures again? Anybody tell me? Quick revisit. If I wrote down 42,000, how many significant figures are there? 2. If I wrote down 40,200, how many is there this time? 3. If I wrote down 40,002, 5. If I did decimals, if I did 0.004, how many significant figures there? 1. Let's try another one. 0.014. 2. 0.104. 3. You got it. 1.003. Because the zeros in the middle count. Is that all right? Quick crash course on significant figures there. I like to do that in the odd vid where I just crash course the word in a minute. Okay. Now, what do we do here? It's obviously that's 10%, 1%, 0%. So 0.3. Now, I actually rounded that up. It's actually 366. It's not 367. Just look at my calculator. It's 48, not 50. You get what I'm saying? So that could have been just such an easy mistake to make. Oh, sorry. It's not actually it is 367. Sorry, it rounds down. 748 rounds down to 700. And that's my percentage then, isn't it? We all okay with that? Okay. Formula. Okay, now what is the amortization formula? Does anybody know? No, read it from your tables if you have it. Yeah. PI 1 plus I. I think I'm missing a T, am I? Up the top, yeah. Okay, let's do this. Now, the p-value is what? Not bad, actually. And then, what's next then? The loan is monthly repayments over 10 years. Would you all agree that's 120 different months? 12 multiplied by 10. Do we have it in monthly mode already? Already gives it to us in monthly, which is perfect. And then first payment due, loan is correct, near sure. Okay, I think we should be able to do this pretty handily. What's the p-value? 80,000, yeah? Or I-value? Oh yeah, I made that mistake last time. I did 0.35 last time, but you got to remember that's in percentage. We want it in decimal. If this was 5%, we'd be using 0.05. So what a common mistake is people forget the other two zeros. It's actually what I did in the last class. I completely forgot about the zeros. Now what about the next part then? We add 1 onto that as well, to the power of 120. And then on the bottom, the same thing, isn't it? To the power of 120. And then after that, minus 1. Okay, now here's what we're thinking about now, okay? I'm going to put all that into the calculator and let's see what we get. It's a small enough mortgage. Like mortgages for houses are usually like 300 grand. So I'm expecting a low monthly payment here, just a couple of hundred, like maybe around the 400 mark or less. Actually, although it's an aggressive repayment, isn't it? See the way he's repaying it over 10 years instead of over 30 years, so actually might be higher than we think. What you get? What? 817. Sorry, I made a mistake there with the fraction. Let's get rid of it. 817 sounds about right. All right, we'll find another one now, will we? Another one of these questions. So we're just expecting this to come out as 817. 817.59. Okay. And as I said, marking scheme wise, we got the question here. And we're looking at, yeah, 818. So yeah, it doesn't actually give me the marks for it there, I'm afraid, but 818. We all good?